Hi everyone, this is my 112 term project. What I make is a 3D air combat shooting game. So, as you can see in the background, the stage of this game is in the universe, and all the asteroids are flying towards us. That's where the player is going to drive the spaceship and fight with computers and maybe even players. So before that, let me thanks Professor David Cosby, Professor Mark Stelig, CA Young, and CA Vassar enable me to do this project. Okay, so what do I mean by 3D flying? We have three actions: pitch, roll, and yell. Pitch is like holding a paper in your hand and get it closer to your face. And roll is just like lying on the bed and turning to the one side. And yell is like driving on the street. Now, then I will walk you through all the features of this game. Start. Takes 2 seconds to load because the models are pretty big and costful, as you can see all the asteroid and the ships. So on the right corner, you see some purple bars that are your speed gear choice. Your ship will accelerate towards the speed you've chosen. For example, I speed up to the top gear and begin to accelerate. So the thing to the right is the speed bar. You can see how your speed is changing. If I lower it down, decelerate. So this thing can give you some interesting maneuver, like turning and maybe even V flying, or that kind of space maneuvers. And then the thing on the right corner is your HP bar. The top one is shield, the second one is armor, and the last one is structure. Whenever your structure is finished, your ship will explode, so be careful with that. And also your enemy has also shield, armor, and the structure. Let's turn back and see our enemy. Yes, this is our enemy, and they are in the center of the cross is their ship. The thing I just did is zoom in so we have a better look at them. That is like sniping them. And also let me show you how to fly. So as I've mentioned, this is pitch. We're rolling in a circle. Well, I should not use the word roll, but fine. And this is actual rolling. So we turn in this direction. And yawning is not so useful, but we will still use them sometimes. And how to attack. On the left bottom, you see two badges of shell and missile. Yes, they are shell and missile. And the yellow box is where you can choose your weapon mode. So one is shell, two is missile. With shell, you just launch them. Aim and launch, or just use mouse click. They will be launched. But for shell, they are hard to use. They take time to travel, and they are attracted by the gravity force, like you see the arc there. But they do a lot of damage. When they hit the enemy, you see, they lose their structure directly, which makes it way faster to destroy them. In other way, when you try missile, let's find the next target. Someone is shooting us on the top. Yes, there. So with missile, you have to lock on. It's the blinking thing that's telling you you're locking on. And when it turns green, tells you, okay, we're ready to launch. And we launch. Use left click, and they are launched. You see the explosion, which means they actually hit. And did you see the green box in the right bottom corner? That is your missile reload. Whenever that thing is reloaded, you can launch your shells. So it has to be both reloaded and locked on. Hard to use, but shells are tracing your enemy. They are following your enemy automatically. No need to lead and do any calculations. That's why they are easy to use. Let's trace the shell. This is the function that I like best. You can follow your camera and see where your shells is going. It's pretty cool in missile looking, but when it becomes useful is when you are using shells. Show you. So when you are shooting with shells, and if you follow the shot, you can see how far do you miss them, and adjust by a little bit and launch exactly. And skip another one and follow the shot. Missed. You get the point. So, we got it. And the explosion looks pretty nice. This is basically how we play the game. Oh, by the way, the left bottom corner is your attitude meter, which helps you to know which direction are you actually facing, just to assist to your gaming. Because you can always see the Earth on the bottom, so not so hard to tell the the ground, but yeah, to lead your shells properly. But for most of the time, you don't actually need them, because basically you can spray your shell like what I'm doing now and to give damages to your enemies. Oh, let's talk about the enemies. The enemies are always shooting me. You can see me taking some damages, and the enemy actually shoots pretty accurate. You see that? He hit me when I'm even moving. So the enemy actually knows your direction, knows your speed, and they predict precisely how far do they need to lead. The reason why they don't hit you is because they got a superior hand. So the best way to evade all the shells is to turn while you're flying. And then the shell will go to the position that you were going, but now you are going. You know what I mean. And also the same thing, when I am shooting the targets, I'm leading a little bit, but also I'm observing the parabola of my shells and see how can I fit them into your enemy's body and give them a lot of damage. Did you hear the change of the background music? It's really getting hot. Okay, let me have some good gameplay. Oh, and by the way, when I hit an asteroid, I will be bounced back. That's what actually happened in the beginning of the video. You can see. Oh, and also the turn back thing means I'm really close to the boundary of the map, and I'd better turn back, or my commander going to be angry with me. Like, my job is to defend this area, not going to someone else's base and territory. So stay here, soldier. Head back. Where is my way? Let's try something. That is the end of it. I hope you like my game, and thanks for watching.